or data immutability. We could use something like SHA-256 to create and change blocks, and the data, when it goes into the hash function, is fixed and unchangeable, which is key. The second one is the asymmetric cryptography, which is the RSA algorithm to encrypt and verify messages. This helps generate private and public keys that you might have heard so much about, and it allows information to be transparent and also secure. The third factor is the Merkle tree, which allows data synchronization. It is a way of storing a huge amount of data, and it allows to simplify a way to check whether or not the data has been modified or tampered with. And it also allows to synchronize nodes in common to save storage space. The fourth one is called the rules of consensus. It helps solve conflicts within the nodes and to determine whether or not it's a true version within the blockchain, and it keeps the longest chain that there is, that somebody might put into the blockchain. Here are some key questions that we want to answer throughout our research and what we will be going over in the next few slides. The first main one is how do we resolve the tax gap issue. There's been previous studies based off this of Bitcoin and what it means for accounting. So here are 5 main questions, which is the blockchain system suitable for tax compliance systems? What blockchain versions is best for it? What designs can help mitigate non-cooperative behaviors and improve taxpayer compliances? How to model and simulate a new blockchain system in tax compliances? And what are the main factors that affect the new system's development? Here we have the same 4 functions again, but this is going to be answering the question whether or not blockchain technology is suitable for tax administration. Here, all 4 of these factors are able to be suited for tax compliances, and in order to determine whether or not we should have blockchain technology, not only within tax administration, but with any other types of sectors or stuff like that, you need to fill at least 3 out of 4 of these factors above. If you don't have at least 3 out of 4, there is no point in moving to blockchain technology for whatever sector you want to move it to, as there's other cheaper and more efficient ways to innovate in those types of sectors. But in this case, it does work, as all 4 will work in tax administration. Here we have international tax, which we can utilize blockchain technology in. Here, the blockchain's role would be able to mitigate multinational enterprises, or we can call them in short M&Es, which allow transfer pricing of firm transactions and base erosion and profit shifting. An example might be a company such as Apple, where nearly 70% of its profits are earned offshores. It has subsidiaries, affiliates, and suppliers in 43 countries and 6 continents. Here we have a simplified graph of 2 separate companies, and you can see that they have suppliers in foreign countries, in firms in their foreign countries, as well as the one in the firms and tax authorities in their domestic countries. And here we only see 2 different companies. Now imagine if you multiply this among 50 different companies or so across the entire world. That's a lot of data, and it doesn't create that much efficiency and such. So what we want is to be able to quantify all these data into a small amount of time. And also these companies also practice something, it's called gaming, where they'll try to make more profit in a country where there is less tax than compared to like their domestic country or so. So they'll run a loss in their domestic country if their taxes are high, compared to a foreign country where the taxes may be low, so that they can pay less tax in a country which has less tax rates. Here we answer the question, what blockchain version is best suitable for tax compliances? We have 2 different types of blockchains, which are permissionless and permissioned. In the permissionless category, we have something called the public blockchain, where there is no central authority. It's something like what Bitcoin has. Anyone can access it, anyone can add on to it. There's no control whatsoever, but everybody. In the permission blockchain, however, there are 2 different types. There are private, which is controlled by one authority, and we have consortium, which is controlled by a group of entities. We also have something in the middle called the hybrid, which is controlled by one authority, but it has some permissionless processes. However, both private and public blockchains have drawbacks. The public blockchain tend to have longer validation times for new data rather compared to private blockchain. However, private blockchains are more vulnerable to things such as bad actors or fraud. So in order to address these drawbacks, we'll use something called the consortium. And the consortium blockchain can improve transparency and efficiency among multiple tax authorities, agencies, and private parties who contribute tax data. Meanwhile, with private and permissionless features, participants can limit what information is going in and being seen by various users and the public. Here we have the empirical evidence of impact transmission mechanisms, where we have our assumption with the applications of blockchain technology, auditing efficiency improvement results in audit coverage increases, while more audits help mitigate non-cooperative behavior. In order to test this, we have a panel model which tests whether or not there's a positive relationship existing between higher audit coverages and higher qualification rates of tax returns. And for the IRS data, we use 5 different types of incomes from 2015 to 2019. Here we have the results of our empirical evidence of impact transmission mechanism. We'll go back to this later to see the exact details, but what you want to know is that we found that there is an IRS audit rate increase by 1% when the qualification rates of the tax returns will increase by 0.403%. And our conclusion for this is that audit rates have a significant effect on the IRS return qualification rates. I would like to return this to Dr.